together, all three of us, for a post game. Our pregame was shit because we only talked about it for 10 seconds. We talked about all the things that could happen because we're Leafs fans. That's how we do. We both weren't close in our predictions, but the Leafs win. That was our prediction. And they absolutely dominated. What were your guys' thoughts? I'll start with you, Mark, on last night's game, or what you saw of it.
Yeah, I watched all three periods, but kind of on and off because I was at work. So it was just domination, except for a couple of like really quick times where the Ducks actually had it in our end for a minute. And other than that, it shouldn't have went to OT. I'll just leave it at that.
It's a great Abraham Lincoln once said, "We fuck." No, that whole game we dominated. Like I started to get mad when we were when they were coming back from 3-1. And I'm like, I can't even be mad, dude. Like if we lose this, Jack didn't play well, but honestly, I don't think any of us think he's that 930 save goalie that he initially was. I think he's a 910, 915. Watch your shit. What do you mean?
So
Whoa. You think he's a 930 goalie? Fuck.
No,
off.
I think he's a 920 goalie. I think he is.
Okay.
I think he's a top 10 goalie, if not top 5 goalie in the league. It will be for the next 5 years.
Jesus Christ, take the fucking Leafs hat on. Oh, Jesus, man, you're wearing the fucking.
All I see is head.
The Kool-Aid. You can't even drink fucking drinks at the ACC right now.
He's leading the parade.
All right. Well,
Jack Campbell's got an 866 since January 5th. So
look, I'm not going to listen to a guy like Jack Campbell who can't even pronounce 866 in one coherent
I can't even
sentence.
spell my own name. What are we trying to get at here?
But
assists.
So you weren't upset that we gave up the lead just because we dominated.
Well, no, I was obviously screaming at my TV as loud as I can, but that's more of a me problem and a therapy problem, not like a Leafs problem. Yeah. Well, I guess it is a Leafs problem.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I was like, I got mad at first. I was like, fuck off, man. Like, you're fine. Like, we're actually dominating them. Like, it was the power play when they caught up 3-2 when we were dominating them. But Riley jumped up a little bit too much. Was it Riley? Probably. It sounds like Riley.
He was always in front of the net.
Yeah, and there was 5 of our guys in front of their net. And then I don't know why with 10 seconds left, they weren't thinking, hey, maybe we should back up a step. And then the Ducks had like a 2-on-1 or something, 3-on-2. And, what are you going to do? But no, I wasn't too worried. I mean, obviously, when you go to the shootout, you get worried. But also, like, if you lose in the shootout, it's like, all right, sick. I just lost in a slam dunk contest. This is sick. Right?
Yeah. No, I if you're looking at the shot chart of last night's game, like, it's actually funny to look at, just because the pure domination of the Leafs, and a lot of their shot, like, they weren't from the point, like, they were all pretty much hash marks and pretty close into the net. Although I will say no Leaf shot was within a couple feet of the net last night.
I was yelling about that. I'm like, why isn't anyone? I was watching a little bit with my roommate.
You know why?
Like, why isn't anyone going in front of the
Josh Manson?
Okay,
our boy.
As if you didn't watch the game last night, basically, and I noticed Manson as much as you did. Now you can say, oh, that's a good thing if you don't notice a defenseman, right? If you don't notice TJ Brody, he had a good game. But, like, I don't know, man. What, you're gonna have to give up like a first round pick and a prospect for a guy I didn't notice?
Okay, here's why you didn't notice him.
Sample sizes.
Here's why you didn't notice. I'm getting real close to the mic on this one. He didn't play.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got him.
I was on Twitter and people were like, "Oh, is he even playing?" And I don't know if it was sarcastic or not. It might have not.
It's his energy. It's his energy.
Yeah.
Just like hyping the boys up, like keep him out from front of the net, like play with some Josh Manson spirit. That's what was.
Speaking of defensemen, Sandin is a guy who I noticed. Just kept Sandin has the puck. Sandin has the puck. I'm like, holy frig, this guy's literally everywhere.
Yeah,
he jumped up.
Can't get a goal, but
he was like back the next second. Yeah. It's like, whoa.
I'm almost more okay if he makes some of those mistakes of jumping up a little bit too much, because like he's 20, right? It's when you see Riley do it when he's 26 years old, you're like, hey buddy, like come on. Mm-hmm. But Sandin doing that now, as long as he can actually learn from his mistakes, then I don't mind.
Yeah. How about that Lilligren penalty?
That was really fucking dumb. But then again, like, are we really going to be talking about the refs? Because like, we know the refs suck. I think objectively, I just automatically think every game the refs suck.
Well, I just looked at a couple like Twitter exchanges, and some people were like, well, he got in his way, he tripped him. And then someone else brought up, they were like, okay, so should John Tavares have gotten a penalty last year in the playoffs?
Like, your head hit my shin. Imagine though. I'm at like it would have been actually funny. Well, not funny. Sorry, Johnny. But he's not dead. But like if Corey Perry got injured on that. Because no, sorry, it was Corey Perry. Yeah. So imagine Perry got injured.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think obviously no one would be saying anything, but that would be an incredible analogy then.
Yeah. The only thing that people were freaking out on that play is why did Nick Foligno drop the gloves the next play? Yeah. But I think I saw that and I was like, wait, where did the penalty come from? And then I saw Liljegren and I was like, wait, okay, well, to each their own. He's
had a couple of those, hasn't he? Like kind of questionable ones.
Yeah, and he had for what he played last night, he was noticeably off, but that's what you got to give and take with a guy like him. And I'm down for him staying in the lineup. Keep him.
I think we're not used to that. When was once again? When was the last time we actually really gave a 20-year-old a chance? That
Luke Shen.
There we go. That wasn't like obviously going to be good, like highly touted, right?
Yeah, and then Luke Shen did not turn out to be good.
JVR did though.
Yeah. But yeah, from what I saw of the game, because I had to miss the third period, obviously I watched overtime the first two periods and the shootout. We just completely dominated. I really like the new line setup that we have. It just seemed like wave after wave after wave. And Gibson stood on his head. Sometimes that just happens, a lot
against the Leafs.
I'd like to bring up the fact that for like 4 podcasts straight, I brought up making those lines.
Yeah, no, I think we actually, in the lines that we had laid out in our one podcast, when I had suggested, because we were talking about it, and the only difference was Kerfoot Mikheyev were switched. But those were the exact
that's arbitrary
that we were talking about. Yeah. So
because I kept saying Marner on the third line. I was like, okay, well then do Nylander because he's actually probably down to go down there. Mm-hmm. Then I said, I remember saying like, once you do that, then you really look like you need a 3C, and that's why when we had those trade target podcasts that we're like, I know me and downtown we're talking about 3Cs. Right, because once you do that, then that lineup you put Kampf on the fourth line. That lineup is really good, and if one of those guys falls out, you're fine. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
It's people talk about depth, and we've talked about this before, but I'm not talking Travis Boyd depth. I'm talking like David Kampf. He has to play on the third line tonight, kind of depth. Right? Mm-hmm. Oh no, Andre Cash has to go up. Like Mikheyev has to play on the first line. Like these are or second line. Like these aren't. That's depth, right? Not like, we got Galchenyuk, he'll play on the first line. It's like, here we go.
I did want to bring up just a point about Nick Robertson. So last night I was trying to find when he's supposed to be back, and it was October 19th that it was 10 weeks, which is we passed that time. January 10th, I believe, he was reported to be back out skating, and that he would be back within a couple weeks. So, but I haven't seen anything since. And I found it weird.
No, today. He was on Marley's practice today.
Awesome. Okay.
So that's why I thought you were bringing it up.
Well, there you go. That's
good timing.
What I was going to say is like, how weird is it that they'll make stories about, hey, we drafted this guy in the 7th round 8 years ago. This is how he's doing in like the Slovenian, like second tier hockey league. But then you don't hear anything except one report since October 19th about Nick Robertson, probably our highest touted, if not Sandine, one of the two highest touted prospect. I found it just weird that he wasn't, but it's nice to hear that he's back. I would love for him to get a shot with the Leafs coming up in the next little bit. Him or Hosang, that's who I'm rooting for. And then I would be down to go out.
I think it's Hosang. I think it's Hosang is the one you do. Because you don't, like at this point, there's only half a season left. I would have liked to give Robertson almost the Liljegren treatment. And is there going to be enough time? Right? He's got to play, let's say, a week or two in the AHL. And at that point, we've got 30 games left, right? 30 games left. Is that enough time?
Yeah. I also think about Hosang being open to going to other places, but I really liked what he said. We can get into it's supposed to be a short podcast. We'll keep it short. We'll finish up pretty much after this. But he said that he would be open to going to another organization, but he would make sure that he talks to Dubas and the staff before he decided to make that decision. And what a guy, because he appreciates all we've done. It's the same thing with Mikheyev. who said all these great things about how Dubas stayed with him in the hospital and then asked that if he wasn't going to be on top 6 to trade him. But like, it's nice to see that a Olympian, Josh Hosang, is gonna, because that might force Dubas's hand to be like, no, like we don't want to. We want you to be up here.
He's gonna get an NHL contract because he's gonna play on one of those top 2 lines for Canada, and he's probably gonna play well. Someone's giving him a contract. It's perfect timing for him. Like, really good for him, right?
I did see a tweet, and then I looked this up afterwards. He is under a point a game player in the AHL currently. So,
but it's a little bit different for him, right? Because it's like, he's got top 6 talent. I don't know if it's like Galchenyuk. It kind of reminds me of that, where it's like he can be under a point per game, but there is a possibility that it could just fit.
Yeah. And the attitude is right.
But also very much could not.
Like 10 more points than him in the same amount of games, essentially. So
yeah. Okay. Well, then, but fuck, we can't just do that, right? Because then it's all of a sudden.
Hey, we're all of us are Josh.
Yeah, I know.
Fans. I'm just saying I found it interesting. Like, I thought he would do better, but who knows? No one here is watching Marley's games, so who knows where he's
going to line up.
Pretend
I have.
Yeah, there you go.
He's looked really
now
good.
You can't.
Top 6 talent. Yeah.
Now you can't. But Mark, did you have anything to say to close this up today?
No, just all the top 4 guys just absolutely got it done, and they just Nylander's a god.
Yeah. And how about that beard he's got going on? Oh man, could you imagine if he had the hair too still?
The thing is, he was trying to do something there, and he accidentally like nicked his face or something. He's like, fuck.
Oh, I love it. I hope he keeps. I hope Matthews gets. What if all of the big 4 got that mustache going into the playoffs?
Oh,
could you imagine Mitchie with like
the little tickler? Hey, how
That'd be awesome. But tomorrow we're gonna have a podcast and a YouTube video up with a guest, fellow Leaf fan, so that'll be exciting. Like we said in the last episode, if you're a Leaf fan and you want to come on, even if it's for like 5-10 minutes, say your opinions on stuff, we're always welcome, because we're just Leaf fans ourselves, and we want to have,
even if it's a bad opinion, I'll cheer you on the whole time.
Especially if it's a bad opinion.
Yeah, I have a bad opinion for tomorrow. It's gonna be good.
Nice.
Oh, no.
That my coworker said.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Now I want to hear. Oh,
no.
Will it be quick?
Okay. Save it.
Everyone. That's our post game for the Anaheim game. We're going to have one out tomorrow. There'll also be, we will include a bit of a pregame for Detroit, because Detroit is a team that I'm sure we're going to be rivaled with in the years coming, because they're up and comer. So that's it for us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.